To say, you know, that person's a bit like me. You know, it's a woman, she's a jazz singer. What is she doing? What is he doing? There's a guy named Kurt Reichenbach who's a male jazz singer. And this is an illustration. You can read his name. He has a lot of stars on the record, and it's really nice, you know. And here, you know, this is just really clean, nice, good picture.
What's that?
Lee Lessick, he's a cabaret singer. He has his own record label. If you're in cabaret, he's like, you know. And here's somebody who's half of her career is her album cover, is Diana Krall. She takes these gorgeous pictures, you know. She looks nice, but she doesn't look that good, you know.
Yeah.
And Kurt Steigers, I mean, he's a male jazz singer. It's clean. It's a professional picture.
What if you're not good looking and you just these guys? It's all about
for you. So we're gonna move on. Money saving tip number 12: be organized and keep it simple. Don't print your lyrics. It's a bitch. There are always typos. Estimate CDs of performers that are emulate CDs of performers that are making it. Look at the performers, people like you, that just are selling a lot more records than you, and look at their record and say, okay, what's on their front? What's on the back? You know. You can get so much from information from a CD. You know, who their manager is, who their lawyer is, who their record label is, what, you know, all this stuff. I would just say a couple of points. This is a nice record by my good friend Julie Kelly. Great record. And everything, she puts the musicians, and there's great musicians on the back.
Yeah.
She puts the songs on the back and the times, and you need that. For jazz radio. And you need your barcode. You all need a barcode. The other thing is you need I don't have this in my notes, you need an ISRC. Does anybody know what an ISRC is now? Yeah. An ISRC lets all of the downloadable, you know, iTunes and Amazon and Spotify know, it brings up the name of the artist and the song, and it links in. And right before you master your record, they'll put the ISRC code in. You go, if you're dealing with a manufacturer and got either CD Baby, not CD Baby. I have it. Somebody manufacturing the record like Rainbow Records. They'll tell you how to do the ISRC. But it's the ISRC.
So that's what'll pull up, for instance, like today when you get a song off an iPod, or even when you put it in your car, it pulls up all the information.
Yes,
while
the ISRC number. Okay. Money saving tip number 12. Go to art school and see if you can get a student to do the graphic design. You know, I have never done it. I have friends who've done this, and they've done great. I had a friend who just had a great video done by a guy at USC in the film school for free. You know, you can call and say, hey, I'm an artist, and I want, you know, somebody to design a art center. You know, we have wonderful schools, Cal Arts. Okay.
They're hungry.
They're hungry. Okay, now for a lot of people, this is where the story ends. They make their CD, they get it manufactured, they put it on their website, and they sell 150 to 175 copies to their family and friends. And the other 900 to 2,000 stay in their garage forever. And everybody, I have so many CDs in my garage, you know, and that's where it ends. Okay, so selling your baby. And this is the important part. Any questions about, up to this point, manufacturing that are doing it? Okay. Get a record deal. If your project has a story to tell, knocks people's socks off, and you're touring all over the country to a considerable fan base, you've got a shot for a record deal. Give yourself about a year to see if you can get one. Start with managers of big jazz acts and lawyers and take your chances. And I sincerely mean that. If you've got a great story, let's say you're doing a record, you've got Herbie Hancock to play on your record, it's just you and Herbie, and you're doing songs that his sister wrote before she died, it's got a great story that's going to get you on NPR immediately, you'll get on Concord. You will. You know, and you're a great singer, and you're a wonderful singer. But if you fall between the cracks, you have to judge yourself and say, hey, this is really good, but maybe I'm not going to get a record label to do it. If it's a jazz record, it's going to be hard. Okay? Go to smaller jazz labels published in Jazz Times once a year. They'll handle distribution, printing and the printing and the promotion, and take something for their efforts. This is a good way to go. But you're not tied up to any long-term contract. So, you know, there are a million jazz labels. Jazz Times, go, Google it. Jazz Times, record labels, and they have like a whole list. They do it once a year, but I think you can probably pull it up on Google. But probably the realistic way to go is release the record on your own. It's called a vanity label. I've got one. A lot of jazz CDs are released like this and do very well. Jackie Ryan, who's playing tonight, she has her own label, but she's done very well. The downside is you're paying for everything yourself, and in the industry, being on a label gets you places. Okay. This is what you need to, okay, what do you think you need to do? Once you get your CD, what do you think are some of the things you need to do? Tell me one thing. You've got your CD, what do you need to do?
PR.
PR, very good. You need to get PR. So, I've got a list of the PR guys. I don't have his number, but he's out in New York. And by the way, it doesn't matter if these people are out in New York or LA or Seattle. You're doing everything on the phone anyway, on the computer. I try to get from the publicists in writing what they will do. You need to give them around 150 CDs to send out to magazines, websites, newspapers. Their lead time is about 2.5 to 3 months. So from the time you want, so the way that the record works is you want to actually get out the publicist doing his thing before the radio promotion guy, because it takes from 2.5 to 3 months. Yeah.
Now, are these guys specifically for jazz? So,
Yes.
So if I was a hip hop guy, I wouldn't talk to them.
You wouldn't be using these guys. They're specific jazz publicists, and they know all of the publications and all of the radio and all of the TV where the jazz people are.
Do you know how much would they do your press kit and everything like that?
Yes, they would do your press kit. They would do your bio, and they average between. Don't get scared, guys.
No.
$1,500 to $3,500. Okay, and I definitely say if you have something you want to get noticed with, because we're gonna talk about. Okay, one of the things you want to do is you want to get on the internet. Okay, you want to be sold on Amazon. Okay, because most jazz records are sold through Amazon. You want to get on CD Baby. You want to get on iTunes. Okay, those are the things. If you go through CD Baby can get you on iTunes and Spotify and Rhapsody, and it's pretty easy. Okay, so that one thing, CD Baby, can do a lot of good for you. If you're a jazz artist and you're singing standards, you need to go to limelight.com. I don't have this in my notes, and you need to pay for the licensing.
Okay.
Thank you. And this is what I do. I say, because it's the truth, I'm printing 1,000. I'm giving away about 500. I'm selling about 500, and they have a special rate. If you say I'm going to
Just like
sell.
Harry Fox?
It's exactly like Harry Fox. It's like the Harry Fox for.
So that takes care of all your clearance then.
You got it.
So then you're pre-cleared. So if you want to.
Because you can't get on iTunes.
Right, without your clearance,
Yeah.
and you can't I have a friend who does licensing for CBS. Like you can't even get a spot of your stuff on a show unless
Right.
it's cleared and stuff
Right.
like that.
It's got to be clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you able to check if some things are public domain
Yeah.
on there? But do they have everything, or is it?
They have everything. They
So
have everything.
Even if I have some
Public
obscure,
domain,
I've
I don't
got some
know.
obscure stuff that might be public domain, or it might not.
Yeah.
But
Bob is
would I
sort
be
of
able to
an
check
old
that?
school guy. He's great. Group marketing. All these guys are good. Okay. You're gonna have to have a. Okay. How are we doing on time? Oh, good. Perfect. I've sort of saved the last part, and that is, in the world we live in today, having a CD is only part of your package. You gotta all ask yourself, what is it that you want from your CD? You know? And the deal is, this is what I think the paradigm is now. The paradigm is that as a jazz artist, the way to make money, because if you're thinking you're putting out this record and you're gonna make money by selling jazz CDs, good luck. That's not what really your goal should be. Yes, it can happen. You know, Esperanza Spalding, she's selling 150,000 CDs.
But she's gotten a lot of support for that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
had
it's
years
nothing like-
of publicity,
Right.
and this
Yeah.
has been a 3-year track
Yeah.
to get to that point. And
There's
prior to
nothing
that,
bigger
she's
than
played
beating
gigs in
Justin Bieber.
Chicago with nobody there. you know.
Right.
So
Right.
there's been quite a
Yeah,
arc.
it's a process and an art. So what you want, and I think what is reasonable, is that you want increased visibility. And in the jazz world, increased visibility means that, first of all, it is one form of music that it's very dependent upon critics, which in some ways is good, because you can get the critics on your side and get a lot of critical notice and critical press. And you can get that done with a jazz a publicist and a radio promotion guy. You can get your profile to be raised, and you want every CD your profile to be raised a little bit. And the reason is because the more your profile gets raised, then you can start playing better clubs, festivals, and around the world. And actually you can make money. And then you can sell your CD at these festivals, and actually you sell a lot of CDs. So it's really goes back to the live stuff. Remember how I started with make sure your live gigs are good and so it's sort of a live business now. It's all about the live show, because they can't replace that on the internet. You know, you can't bootleg, you know, that live experience. So that to me is the paradigm, is that it's part of your package to sell you as an artist to get good gigs. Okay, so, you know, I hope you all sell 1 million of the CDs, and please mention my name if you do. You know, but that's sort of the paradigm. So,
Legalese?
yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
The legals.
yeah, like what?
Releases. Do you have to get releases from the musicians when they're in the studio?
Limelight. No, you don't. You just pay the musicians.
Really?
Yeah.
And they know you're putting it on a CD, you don't have to get a release?
You say to them, and the ones who don't want it, they want work. They're not going to, yeah. You say this is,
That's what we're in business for,
yeah.
to do it.
When you go into a studio, you're recording, you know that it's going to be on, and you're releasing all rights to having any.
Yeah, the musicians, backup musicians don't have any rights to the music.
It's only if you wrote
People
it.
for hire.
Yeah, they're people for hire, but if you're